opposed? Motion passes. There are no public comments. Mr. Logan, do you have any comments this evening?
No, sir. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. So we will start with item number 3. Recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen, rezoning of property requested by Equitable Property Company, LLC, 76.55 acres, property located on and near Waldron and Blair Roads, tax map 32, parcel 3.04 and 3.05, and tax maps 29, parcels 41.01 and 41.02. Current zoning district R1 low density residential zoning district, proposed zoning district PDR R3 planned density residential zoning district with a base zone of R3 high density residential, property owned by the Industrial Development Board of the City of Laverne. Mr. Logan.
So this is a request.
Sorry, sir.
That's okay. This is a request for concept plan and rezoning for the roughly 77 acre property, which is the IDB property on South Waldron Road near Blair and Carruthers. This property is located on the west side of Waldron and south of Blair, and it does back up to the Ridge subdivision, as we'll see in a moment. Directly across the street from this property is Arbor Ridge, and then next door to the site on the west is the Ridge. And the purpose of this plan is to develop a mixed-use project with approximately 614 dwelling units total, and this will include some single-family, some townhomes, and some apartments. And we'll look at that in a moment. Also calls for 208,000 square feet of commercial and office space. So on the screen, you can see the property. This is Waldron, and then the roof of Rock Springs Elementary School there at Lake Road in Waldron. So you can see roughly here 2 large parcels, and they're calling these the north parcel and the south parcel. So zooming in here, you can see those in more detail with the Ridge subdivision there existing. This zoning currently is R1, so this request is to move it from R1 to PDR, planned density residential, with an R3 base zoning. And moving on to the photos of the site. So this is the property in the foreground, and those rooftops in the back are the Ridge subdivision. And here's another photo of the 77 acres. And one more photo. And you can see currently it's just undeveloped property. So moving into the design book, the south parcel, and they're showing this here on the front of the design book, the south parcel has a lot of mixed use, multi-floor buildings with basically ground retail and upper story residential. So you can see this concept here that shows the north parcel and then the southern parcel. Both parcels have multifamily, but I'll start with this north parcel. So the road here is the Blair Road extension that would come back and tie into the existing Blair Road. These units here, all these buildings here where I'm pointing are apartments, and they're proposing about 336 for this north parcel. And then the green buildings at the top are townhome units, and there's roughly 36 or 38 townhome units. Then this red building at the bottom right is slated for future fire hall. So sticking with the north parcel, these are the renderings, architectural renderings for the proposed apartments. And they're showing 3-story, but they did receive a variance just a few minutes ago at BOZA to go up to 4 stories. And then there's your unit counts, and I think I mentioned already that they're totaling out about 336 for this north parcel. So then the south parcel is more mixed use. There's a lot going on this site. There's out parcels with a quick serve restaurant and also full service restaurants. So those out parcels go up and down Waldron. Behind that is 3-story buildings right now, some 2, some 3, with ground floor retail and upper story office and residential as well. So there's 242 apartment units on the south parcel, 336 on the north. So 242 and 336. And that's your multifamily units. They are proposing a lot of pedestrian connections, sidewalks, greenway, that sort of thing. So probably didn't mention, but the part of the south parcel that's reserved for a future grocer would be this light green part, sort of the upper left part of that southern parcel. So that would be the grocery store that's been mentioned also with this project. And then, of course, there's several pie charts and whatnot of economic development and its impact. And then this page has a list of some of their clients that they've worked with in the past, different restaurants and retailers. And then moving on, this is a good part of the book to talk about staff comments. They've addressed all the planning and engineering comments, and I think we went over this 2 weeks ago, but they did on the bottom left, so it's page 26 of the book, or page 43 of the packet, but on the bottom left, I'll point to this part, but here they say masonry shall include traditional brick as available in a variety of sizes and colors. Includes modular, standard, queen, utility, and monarch. And stone shall include the following: natural stone products, stone veneer, and panelized stone. And then the last sentence, they talk about cementitious products, which are basically hardy board, Nichiha, and certainteed. And there's also Smart Side and Allura. So those have been clarified. Just above that, about the 5th bullet up, it talks about townhomes will be 60% fiber cement board and 40% masonry. And then multifamily is at 20% brick or stone and 55 fiber cement, with 19% of that being glazing, which is glass and doors and windows. So all that's been looked at and studied, and it passes the litmus test. So at this point, I'll turn over to Gary. I don't think he's got any comments, but
No, all our comments are addressed.
Thank you, gentlemen. Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
A comment on my end, in talking to neighbors, residents, friends in the subdivisions on the south side of town there, in South Waldron, I'd say it's about 80-20 positive reviews. They really like the merchandising plan. That one slide that you just passed, that was very exciting to a lot of the residents that had a chance to view it, and we can't wait to get some of these great establishments, over on the south side of town. So very excited overall. There's, a few people concerned about traffic and whatnot, understandably so. We're addressing that, but it mostly favorable, and it's one of the projects that I've never seen such a level of excitement like this. So very happy on the south side.
Thank you, sir.
I'll add to that. I've had sit-down conversations with the HOA, neighborhood for Hamlet at the Carruthers, which this backs up to as well for the northern section. They are very excited about this. I've got a community meeting with Brookside Phase 2, and they are very excited to go through the details about this from what we discussed. So unless anyone has anything else, I'll make a motion to give a favorable recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen.
We have a motion
Second.
for a favorable with a second from Mr. Mark. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. We will be sending a favorable recommendation for this project to the mayor and alderman. Thank you, everyone. Item number 4, final plat Arbor Ridge, Section 11, 19 lots on 6.58 acres requested by SEC Inc. Property located on Waldron Road, tax map 32, part of parcel 4.04, PDR, Planned Density Residential Zoning District, property owned by Brookfield Holdings Arbor, LLC. Mr. Logan.
Thanks. So this is a request for final plat at Arbor Ridge, Section 11, and this is located on roughly 6.5 acres. You can see there on the screen. Let me move to the next. So Section 11 is adjacent to South Waldron Road, and also it's near the what I call the construction entrance there, or old gravel road that goes back in through the property that we were just talking about in the previous item. So this is zoned PDR, Planned Density Residential, of course, and move on. Here's some photos of the homes that have been built thus far, and another photo of the construction and road work. Let me move into this plat. So they are proposing to build one new street, a cul-de-sac, and it's called Cowslip Way, and all of the lots are arranged on either side of that road, and then this is Waldron on the left side. So this is built up right next to Waldron. And they do have also with this plat a common area with a detention pond, and that's about 3.88 acres as well. And then you can see the stream buffer here to the north and east. But all the lots meet the requirements of the zoning ordinance, and they all have are showing sidewalks as well in front of them. And there's no staff comments. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments for staff? If none, we'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve. Mayor, did you have a?
I have a question for the applicant.
Would the applicant please come to the podium? Name and address, kind sir.
Good evening, Aus Ahmed, SEC, 850 Middle Tennessee Boulevard, Murfreesboro.
Just want to confirm on the record that all of these lots, they're valid and buildable, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Very good.
Motion to approve.
We have no further questions. Motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Jim?
Yep.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Item number 5, site plan, Fifth Third Bank, new building on 22,014 square feet on 0.77 acres requested by Infinity, property located at 5343 Murfreesboro Road. Tax map 14, parcel 72.1, C2 Highway Service Zoning District, property owned by Woodhaven Laverne LLC. Mr. Logan.
So this item is a request for site plan approval for a new Fifth Third Bank in Laverne. And you can see Murfreesboro Road here in the center of the screen, and this bank will go on Murfreesboro Road in front of the Mid-South Carpenters Trade School. Zooming in, you can see the current imagery for the school. And then this is Murfreesboro Road to the south. So the zoning is C2, which is highway commercial zoning, so no issue there. Here's a photo. So this is Murfreesboro Road and then Chipotle under construction in the distance. So this is in the vicinity of the Chipotle as well. Another photo, this is the Mid-South Carpenters Trade School in the rear. Moving on to the site plan. So this is the site plan on the screen. The bank is proposed to be a little over 2,000 square feet. And you can see they do have a remote drive-through that'll be at the rear of the bank. And you probably remember at the workshop, I discussed the quasi-roundabout in the back. So traffic can come in, go through the remote drive-through, and then it can go either left or right. And it could exit and go to the next out parcel to the north, or excuse me, to the west, or it can go the opposite direction, go to the east parcel. And then also at the front of the building, near Murfreesboro Road, they also have this cross access on either side. And the parking here meets the requirements. They have ample parking. And, of course, they're going to be installing landscaping. And landscaping also meets the city's requirements. The architectural, Jake just passed out to you all the hard copies of their architectural, so you can take a look at what they're proposing. And then the materials board is at the podium as well, which with each of the materials. And you'll see on that materials board there's several different variations of brick and color. And then the building that they've submitted in the architectural that you can see up there is it's a lot of white brick and it's a lot of glass. So, and then they have the highlights with the blue and the green, which are their bank colors. But overall, it looks like a nice building. So if you've got any comments on that, we'll be glad to hear those. The only comment for the sidewalk has been addressed. They did change it to 6 feet. It was 5 feet 2 weeks ago, and I commented on that, but they have fixed that to 6 feet wide. The demolition plan shows a 5-foot sidewalk. But on, I forgot the sheet number, but I did talk with the representative before the meeting, and that 6 feet is showing maybe C point. I believe it's CO 2.01, which is this one. But at any rate, they may want to discuss that with you all. If that was the only comment, there's none from.
Actually, I do have one
Oh,
thing.
okay.
They did not correct the fire turning movement that, Mayor, you mentioned. However, they are going to be able to access it from the back, so they will not have any problem getting fire engines around there.
You want to elaborate on that for us, Mr. Gary?
All right, so the mayor was absolutely right last time that there will not be a left turn into this site because TDOT made them close it down when we redid the traffic signal at the next intersection up. But they are going to have access along the back from a shared access easement that connects all these parcels together.
Okay,
And that'll provide the access for the fire trucks.
thank you, sir. Do we have a representative for this project? If you would, please come to the podium and state your name and address.
My name is Prapun Vasanapadit. I'm from Tampa, Florida. My address is 11229 Gold Compass Street, Gibsonton, Florida.
Thank you, sir. A couple of questions for you.
I do. We were talking about, or Bo was talking about the sidewalks. On what I have here, number 6 shows 4 feet concrete for number 6. And so, Bo, I'm looking at C02.01, number 6 in keyed notes.
Oh, no, sir, that says 4-inch concrete sidewalk. So the sidewalk is 4-inch thick.
4 inch.
Yes, sir, but if you zoom into that section down there, sir,
Okay.
yep, you will see the dimension right there that says 6 feet.
Okay, so it's right there.
Yes, sir.
It's not the 6 in the circle, but it's another 6 to the left.
Yeah, that's 6, that's dimension right there, sir.
Okay. And staff's good with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good. Any other questions or comments? Yes, sir, Mr. Mark?
The blue-green materials, what is that exactly?
I would need my architectural.
Name and address, sir.
Good evening, Tim Bloken with BDG Architects, 6725 Porterfield Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. And sorry, who asked the question?
I did.
The blue and green it's called a aluminum composite metal.
Okay.
So it's a double skin. It's really a high-end, very durable and very clean. It has a high durable finish on it. It's not just a regular coating. It's just like a 30-year Kynar paint.
Okay, so it's not gonna like fade and
It won't fade. It won't fade.
is
That's
that like a
right.
powder coat?
It's like a Kynar powder coat. Yes. So it has like I want to say a 20 or 30-year warranty.
Okay.
But it's considered on the class of metal panels the high class.
And then Bo, that's allowable? That's,
Yes, as an accent. Yeah, I mean, they couldn't do the whole building
No,
out
no.
of it,
Right.
but as an accent, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? We'll entertain a motion.
Motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. And our final item will be bonds and letters of credit. Ms. Williams.
Good evening, everybody. You should have the bond list in front of you. It is current and up to date, and that's all I've got.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? We will call this meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.